for them. Watch out for them. I say watch out for them. When you go out on the road, still watch out for them. Watch out for them. I say watch out for them. All on the workplace, watch out for them. Watch out for them. I say watch out for them. I say they're all in your circle. Well, if you're blessed, then you know so you can't do it not one thing. 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 Anything that you do for me, I'll do for you 10 times over. 10 times over, baby. And if you give love to me, I'll give love to 10 times over. 10 times over, baby. Tell me you want me. Tell me you need me. 10 times over. And I will tell you I want ya. And I will tell you I need ya. 10 times over, baby. I really wanna sing it up on you. Wanna be bubbling up in your bed. Wanna be wrapped up in your arms. I really wanna sing it up on you. Wanna be bubbling up in your bed. Wanna be baby, I'm so into you, into you, into you, into you, into you. Ask and I will give it to you. Into you, into you, into you. I'm so into you. You wanna jack it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. I'm gonna jack it up, jack it up, jack it up. You wanna jack it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. I'm gonna jack it up, and I could never ever ever get enough. So when you want to love, baby, run come to me. Give it to me good, I give you back properly. Send on special delivery. I give it to you anyhow you want. So when you want
Okay,
to
so the
love,
minister
baby,
is
run come
done.
to
If his
me.
interview, minister, that looks like a marathon interview. So we'll be starting in the next 2 minutes. We're just waiting for the signal now that NTN is back on. They just normally send Is it participation or you want them to do that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you want them to confirm or you just send it to them? Yeah, yeah. But I sent it to her on WhatsApp. I showed her how to put the WhatsApp on the computer. So she just grabbed the link and put it in the mail. Yeah, it's the same link. I sent her the link. So now that she has it in her WhatsApp, she just copy it from her WhatsApp. Yeah, it's the same link. Yeah, because NTN doesn't send a link like, like what, you send to your head, they don't do that. You just... Morning. Good morning, everyone. happy Caribbean Wellness Day to you. I'm not seeing bright smiles. Dr. Belma is on her phone. She's not watching me. I'm so happy to be back with the Ministry of Health doing this activity. You know, I've never left, and I'm very happy to be here because I think health is so important. My name is Glenn Simon. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies. I'm from the Department of Finance, so it is collaboration. And I'm from the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, where we deal with productivity. And you cannot be productive without being healthy. So round of applause to all the healthy people here. We're going to have the national anthem to start off our event, and we'll call on Akela Xavier, who will render the national anthem for us. Please welcome her.
Sons and daughters of St. Lucia, love the land that gave us birth, land of beaches, hills and valleys, fairest isle of all the earth, wheresoever you may roam. Love, oh love, our island home. Gone the times when nations battle for this land of the West. Gone the days when strife and discord dim the children's toil and rest. Dawns at last a brighter day, stretches out a glad new way. May the good Lord bless our island, guard her from the woe and harm. May our people live united, strong in soul and strong in arm. Justice, truth, and charity, our ideal forever be.
Thank you, Akela. It's always nice to hear the full version of our anthem being sung, and sang so beautifully. Thank you for that. We invite you to remain standing as we're going to bless this event. And we call on Bishop Emmanuel McLaurin from the Bethel Tabernacle.
Good morning to all, and thank you for the privilege. You give honor to the ministers of government and those who are here that have come to this occasion, and thank you for this opportunity to pray. We are reminded in the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and 5 that we should trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not unto our own understanding. In all our ways we should acknowledge him, and he will direct our path. We are reminded that we should not lean to our own understanding, our own wisdom, because this will be health to us, to our bodies, and wellness will come to us. It is the Apostle John that wrote and said, I wish above all that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. And it is God who spoke to the children of Israel and says, I am the Lord that healeth thee. Shall we pray? Father, we just thank you for this opportunity, oh God, and that we have to gather here, oh God, to look at the issue of wellness as we celebrate this Caribbean Wellness Day in this opening ceremony. We do recognize you, first of all, that you are the sovereign Lord, you are the great God of heaven and earth, and we do recognize that you are El Gibor and you are El Shaddai, the Almighty God, the King eternal. That's who you are, the mighty God of the universe and the only wise God. And so we give praise and glory to you, and we thank you for your precious Son, Jesus, that you have given us, who really came to bring life, because it is written of him that he was wounded for our transgression and bruised for our iniquity, and the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. And so we thank you that you have provided healing through your Son Jesus Christ for all mankind. And so today, Father, as we celebrate here today and in this ceremony, we ask for your grace, your blessing upon all that is going to be said and done. We ask, oh God, that you would guide through this entire proceedings today, for the entire day, that your rich blessing. We ask for your covering. We ask for your covering, because it is you that said, unless you build, they labor in vain that build. Unless you watch, they watch in vain that watch. So we ask for your guidance. We ask, oh God, as this glorious sun is beaming down on us, that you allow your eyes to beam upon us, your glory to come upon us here. Cover this entire place, every person that has to express themselves today, and every booth that would give education in regards to health and wellness. We ask for your covering upon each one of us. Cover the chairperson as they continue to direct through these proceedings. We ask for the rich grace to rest upon each one. So bless everyone. We ask for rich blessing upon the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the ministry, and all those that are in that ministry as they continue to lead us with regards to a healthy lifestyle in this nation. And so we thank you, Lord God, this that has been celebrated within the Caribbean, that this will bring an awareness to our spirit and our soul and our lives, that we will be more mindful of our health. So bless, we pray, and let your richest grace rest upon each one of us, we ask in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop McLaurin, and thank you. You step down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening ceremony for Caribbean Wellness Day Festival 2022. And the theme is Power Through Collective Action. Allow me to just set the protocol list. Let me welcome Honorable Moses Jabatis, the Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. We have fellow Minister Honorable Alfred Prosper, Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security, and Rural Development. And we don't have our other ministers as yet, but we go through the protocol list, and we have Ms. Jenny Daniel, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs. Ms. Tessa Inglis, the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the same Ministry, Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs. Dr. Sharon Belmar George, and who doesn't know Dr. Sharon Belmar George? And she is the Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs. Recognized Bishop McLaurin, Bethel Tabernacle. Ms. Zena Douglas, 2022 Carnival Queen of St. Lucia. Senior members of Team Health, Ministry of Health and Wellness, heads of departments of institutions, nurses, doctors, other health workers, invited guests, specially invited guests, members of the media. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's a hot morning. It's very hot today. But, you know, sometimes the weather is perfect, because if it was raining, it would be different. So we move right into the program, and we call on Dr. Shanna Sear-Filbert, and she is the Senior Medical Officer for Non-Communicable Diseases. Let's welcome her.
Thank you. I wish to adopt the protocol which has already been established. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, it is a privilege to address you on yet another commemoration of Caribbean Wellness Day. Today, though, brings with it the realization that we have not done enough, particularly considering the effects that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on NCD prevention and control. Over the past 3 decades, non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, such as diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular diseases and chronic lung diseases have replaced infectious diseases as the leading cause of death in the world. The World Health Organization estimates that at least 70% of all deaths worldwide are attributable to non-communicable diseases, and that the majority of the deaths which occur from these chronic diseases occur in low and middle income countries like St. Lucia. The majority of deaths due to non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, occur before the age of 70 years. Premature mortality, or death before 70 years, leads to a loss of economically and socially productive individuals. The direct and indirect demands and costs associated with diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer, and the risk factors pose a significant burden on healthcare systems, particularly in countries with limited resources like St. Lucia. This threatens the socio-economic development of St. Lucian individuals and families. The Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO, highlights NCDs and their risk factors as a significant health challenge and a socio-economic threat to countries of the Americas, given the high burden of morbidity, mortality, and disability associated with non-communicable diseases. In 2018, in St. Lucia, non-communicable chronic diseases, or NCDs, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases, contributed to 82% of the total mortality according to the National Epidemiology Unit. The major modifiable behavioral risk factors for these diseases are unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, harmful use of alcohol, and tobacco smoking. The metabolic risk factors include raised blood pressure, raised blood sugar levels, raised cholesterol levels, and obesity. In our recently completed STEPS Behavioral Risk Factor Survey, done here in St. Lucia between 2019 and 2020, we found that compared to the findings in our 2012 survey, obesity rates increased and the percentage of persons with raised blood pressures was increased from 27.3% of the representative sample in 2012 to 39.4% of the sample in 2019-2020. Raised blood pressure is a significant risk factor for strokes and heart attacks. While we may get tired of hearing unpleasant statistics, and while we may tire of acknowledging the elephants in the room, Caribbean Wellness Day is a day which forces us to face the reality of the great need that we have for wellness. Wellness of the mind, the body, and the soul. We are forced today to focus on the impacts of unwellness and the impact of allowing it to run wild. Caribbean Wellness Day is a day when we change our focus, when we plan and collaborate to fight our biggest enemies, disease and death. Today, we join all CARICOM countries in celebrating Caribbean Wellness Day which is celebrated every second Saturday in September. When Caribbean Wellness Day was established by the CARICOM heads of government in September 2007, it was done because they saw a need and they saw a possibility. The possibility of acting to preserve our present and our future. The possibility of working collaboratively to make the necessary changes. Together, we can do what our heads of government mandated for the health of our neighborhood, for the health of all St. Lucians. In our own small way, we can make a difference to the lives of others and to our own lives. We cannot tire unless we have done enough to target non-communicable diseases and their risk factors through multi-sectoral health in all policies. We cannot tire until we have moved our communities into collective action. We cannot tire until wellness is a priority for all. Today, as we launch the St. Lucia Moves campaign, we commit to move forward. We commit to change. We commit to progress and a positive journey towards wellness. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sear. And a very interesting statistic stayed with me. You said 70% of deaths worldwide are due to NCDs. And you also said what this does. This affects our economic development and productivity. We really need to take better care of ourselves. And I know that this lady coming up will be able to tell us what the Ministry of Health is doing. And we invite the acting PS in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Ms. Jenny Daniel, to give a few remarks on this particular special day.
That's fine. Yes, fine. Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. Protocol having been established, I wish to recognize and welcome our Minister, Honorable Moses Jabatis, as well as Honorable Minister Prosper, who are joining us this morning. All our members from the team of the Ministry of Health, staff members, support staff as well, our sponsors and collaborators within the corporate St. Lucia, and also our beautiful Carnival Queen who joins us this morning at our festivities. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs welcomes you to our grand event in recognition of Caribbean Wellness Day. What exactly is wellness? Wellness can be defined as the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyles that lead to a state of holistic health and not just the absence of disease or infirmity. Wellness speaks to a good or satisfactory condition of existence encompassing health, happiness, welfare, and prosperity. Wellness is a precursor to good health, and therefore, the journey to improving healthcare in St. Lucia must be driven by the wellness within the population. There are two dimensions of wellness that have been recognized. One, wellness is an active pursuit, or rather a journey to a destination, as opposed to being a passive or static state. Wellness will not be achieved during a single day or a month or through one specific action, but by a continuous mindset towards this goal. Notwithstanding our collaborative and community thrust towards well-being and welfare, number two, we recognize that it is also an individual pursuit, meaning that we have a self-responsibility for our choices, behaviors, and lifestyles. Oftentimes, we hear, especially these days with the COVID-19 pandemic and even before, we hear sometimes our young persons, older persons saying, the unhealthy choices that they make are accompanied often by adages such as you only live once and you die young and so on. And this sometimes gives persons the license to believe that they can make the unhealthy choices because, you know what, I'll not live long, right? I'm going to die soon, everybody's dying soon. But then we may live to be 30 years or 16 years, but then we may also live to be 100 years. Last month, we attended the birthday celebration of a lady who turned 110. The quality of the life that you live, if you live to be 110, therefore becomes very important. And again, remember I said it's like the lottery. No one knows who's going to die at 16, at 30, at 40, and who's going to be 116. And no one would like for their quality of life to be at a level where they cannot enjoy life, they are unable to walk, or they are bedridden for decades. You know, these are the things that come about when we do not achieve wellness, when we do not work towards wellness in our lives. Therefore, in recognizing the foregoing, this ministry, which has the sole responsibility for leading the national drive towards wellness, marks the activities taking place today as a starting point for this journey towards national wellness. The ministry is also cognizant that through the pursuit of wellness, though it is an individual journey, it is significantly impacted by various social, economic, and environmental factors that can either aid or mitigate against the achievement of this objective. It is for this reason that the ministry is committed to placing wellness high on the agenda as we continue to rebuild the health system in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ministry will also seek to establish the necessary synergies between other private and public sector agencies in order to influence or drive policies that promote wellness within the various institutions in society. Today, we also launch our St. Lucia Moves campaign, which is the most visible and key component of our journey towards overall national wellness. Whereas physical activity is an essential component of wellness, we would like to emphasize that exercise does not singularly equate wellness by any means at all, but rather that wellness encompasses a holistic approach towards healthy and positive lifestyles and living that extends beyond the lifespan of the St. Lucia Moves campaign. However, it is a start. The Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs therefore invites you to embark on this journey with us as we rebuild our national health profile and health sector. It is not an overnight trip, and we recognize that a start today will lead to a better future for the health of our population. This activity today has been largely sponsored by the government of St. Lucia and the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO, and we appreciate the massive support provided historically and currently to this event. We also recognize and thank our local corporate partners and sponsors who have walked this journey with us in the past and continue to provide vital support along the way. Finally, and most essentially, we recognize and thank the general public who have joined us here today and through various media, and look forward to your continued buy-in and cooperation as we walk, jog, eat, laugh, and push towards improved health for our population. Thank you.
Let's give her a bigger round of applause. PS, the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, Ms. Jenny Daniel. Ms. Daniel, you said something as well that I really liked. You described wellness, and you said wellness is an active pursuit or a journey towards a destination. And I guess we all have to choose that destination if we want to live to 70, 100. And so being healthy should be your option. We now call on the Minister in the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, to the podium. And remember, it's St. Lucia Moves. I bet you'll see him fly up the steps. You know, hey!
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Ek mwen de ou gade bien jodi a, ek mwen bien konta ou jodi a. Thank you very much. Let me recognize the presence of my colleague, Cabinet Minister, Minister Alfred Prosper, and also I wish to recognize our Permanent Secretary, Ms. Jenny Daniel, our CMO, DPS, other staff members who are here. Let me recognize you and tell you thanks for all of your hard work. Our Carnival Queen, and also other invited guests, performers, members of the public, thanks very much for coming. Today is a very special day. Caribbean Wellness Day is being recognized and celebrated today. But I wish to pause just for one moment to also recognize another very important and tragic event which took place 13 years ago. Today is the 9th of September, and many of you will recall that the St. Jude Hospital fire occurred on the 9th of September. I wish, Chair, to crave your indulgence and to allow me to ask everyone to please stand for just a few moments of silence to remember those who perished in the St. Jude Hospital fire. Mr. Sudin, Munas Vijay, and Mr. Bap. Thank you. On the 15th of September 2007, heads of government of CARICOM at the Regional Summit on Communicable, Non-Communicable Diseases took the bold but necessary decision to unite to lessen the impact of devastating diseases like cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Our heads of government then were very aware of the fact that these diseases did not only affect the individuals with the disease, but also affected his or her household, the society, and the economy through the associated disability, low productivity associated with costs of medication and hospitalization, and an earlier death. They knew then, as we know now, that without health, a nation cannot build wealth. Sans santé, nous pas ni richesse. Every year, NCDs drive households deeper into poverty due to the increasing number of sick days, low productivity, and high out-of-pocket costs for care. In fact, as Doctor said earlier, 70% of all deaths in the Caribbean are caused by NCDs, and in St. Lucia, 80% of all deaths are caused by NCDs. Si 10 moun mou anset li si, 8 se moun an ki mou, se paske yon ni malade chè, diabetes, avec baye kon sa. Cancer, different baye kon sa. Today, like the heads of government who went before me, I acknowledge the impact of NCDs and affirm my commitment to leading our country in the fight against diseases that have cost us too much for too long. I commit to taking the actions which are pertinent to the reduction of suffering, disability, and death caused by cancer, diabetes, heart diseases, and other NCDs. But unfortunately, the government cannot do it alone. I wish to recognize Honorable Richard Frederick, Minister, who has just joined us. Thank you, Minister. There is a continued need for collaboration between the government and the private sector, non-governmental organizations, social, regional organizations, international organizations, all partners as we work towards achieving wellness for all. This year's theme, Power Through Collective Action, and the slogan, Our Neighborhood, Our Health, highlights the fact that being and staying healthy starts with each one of us and impacts all of us. Every year, the commemoration of Caribbean Wellness Day is geared towards increasing awareness and promoting activities to address the risk factors for non-communicable diseases. The aim of this day is to promote positive health habits, such as physical activity, healthy food choices, reduced alcohol consumption, and smoking cessation. As a country, we are embarking on health policies which will improve access to affordable and essential health care for all. Our health system strengthening policy aims to improve both the human resource and infrastructure needs of our health system. The World Bank project, through the performance-based financing scheme, will allow for improved screening of our population and allow for access to essential medicines and lab tests without putting additional burden on the finances of individuals. We are working with our educators to implement school nutritional policies that will ensure school-age children are allowed the right to eat healthy foods. Additionally, school-age children will also be exposed to a curriculum which promotes the production and growing, which promotes the production of growing what they need to eat. Our ministry will place focused attention on healthy aging and the needs of the elderly in our community. I commit to partner with our Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs as we lead our country into adopting policies which promote a whole-of-society approach, inclusive of comprehensive and integrated prevention and control strategies aimed at addressing NCDs and the risk factors. As a ministry, we have made efforts to combat NCDs. However, these efforts are insufficient, particularly in the areas of diet and physical activity. Having been recently subject to lockdowns and limited movement during the COVID-19 pandemic, we must now place a special focus on reversing the trend of physical inactivity in our homes, schools, workplaces, and the society. Caribbean Wellness Day is an opportunity to focus on wellness and to guard it jealously. This year, we have joined with the rest of the Caribbean region in launching a wellness initiative called St. Lucia Moves. St. Lucia Moves is a local version of the wider Caribbean Moves campaign, which was officially launched by the Caribbean leaders in 2018. The aim of St. Lucia Moves is to get St. Lucians physically active to combat conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Ça nous ka di assez en cette lisi, moun pa ka fait mouvement assez. Trop moun ka acide, des desk yo ka travail whole la journée, yo ka aller la kayo avec yo pa ka bay koyo assez mouvement. Nous n'y a chay problème en cette lisi parce que Jean cette lisi pa ka bay koyo mouvement assez avec ministre là qui fait diverses activités pour encourager moun en cette lisi pour bay koyo plus vitesse avec plus mouvement. We extend an invitation to all St. Lucians to get even more serious about health and wellness. I invite all organizations, whether religious or sporting, business or recreational, all of us, get active. Let us change the way in which we work and play. Remain active. Let's keep St. Lucia moving. I wish you a wonderful activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister, for your words of wisdom. And you said something there, and I love statistics. And you said 80%, in St. Lucia, 80% of deaths are caused by NCDs. That's extremely high. It looked like I'll be part of that because out of every 10, it's 8. Out of every 10 of us there, we have to watch each other now. So St. Lucia Moves is really an inspiring campaign. And we're going to get some movement now from our dancers. And they're going to show us how it's done. So we now invite the Creative Dance for Living Dance Academy. And they go by the name CD4 Dance Group. So let me take this away.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separation
We want to. A bigger round of applause for CD4L. I don't know if you looked at the expression on their faces. They were really into this dance. Now, I would have joined them in splitting and stuff, but I didn't want to. Now, this is about movement, and our DJ has said that you were observing. The minister said we sit too much, and so DJ has something special that he wanted to introduce, a piece of music. And cameras, I invite you to turn. You know, when the cameras are on people, they end up not wanting to be shown up. So the cameras turn to the audience while the DJ plays a special song, and for 30 seconds, do some movement. DJ! Watch them! Look at ministers, I beg you, understand that minister, do something! Get them moving! Get the camera showing on them! Move, Ben, Lucia, move! Alright! That's the Carnival Queen, that's our Carnival Queen! Alright, DJ, thank you very much! Before you get carried away, we want you to realize some of you are still at work. Yes. So, to move our ceremony along now, thank you for that audience. You're a great audience. We now have a recognition ceremony, and I will invite Mrs. Natasha Lloyd Felix to do some citations. The Chief Medical Officer, would you join us? Dr. Sharon Belma George, and Ms. Yasmin Gabriel to assist with the presentations. Let's invite them to the stage. And I really need to reduce the height of this mic for the next person.
Thank you, Glenn. Yes. Good morning, everyone. And I recognize the protocol that has already been established. Just to give this a little context, in 2017, the Public Health and Primary Healthcare team within the Ministry of Health, as well as the committee that plans Caribbean Wellness Day, we committed collectively to recognizing the partners who drive health. I know we all can appreciate that health cannot only be undertaken and spearheaded and led only by a centralized institution like the ministry. There are many in the different spheres who do so much to lead in the areas of health and wellness. And so for 2017, 18, and in 19, we recognize some of these partner agencies and stakeholders. And alas, along came COVID. And all of us know how that tale goes. And so this year, we recommit and we recontinue our efforts to recognize these companies. For this year, 2022, we have listed 10 companies for recognition and for award. But in addition to this, there are some that we do have to pay some kudos to. And so, today we recognize the following because they have started and they have shown their own investment in health. Peter and Company, for the promotion of wellness within the workplace and the initiation of a national physical activity movement through the introduction of the annual Pine Hill Walk and Health Fair, which I'm sure many of us have participated in. Excel Signs. For Excel Signs' support of the ministry's annual breast cancer public awareness campaign and their provision of high-quality signage and promotional products, many a time with regular in-kind donations to the Ministry of Health. Sharmark Designs, for that touch of flair and creativity at the ministry's health fairs and community-based events to generate greater interest and to make it a less clinical-looking environment and provide more engagement of our clientele. Flow. As a corporate partner, Flow has provided support with digital health messages and in the logistics support of mobile community events through their provision of tents and tokens for distribution to our participants. CIBC First Caribbean. for financial support for the early detection and treatment of cancers, particularly pediatric cancers and blood disorders, and undertaken cancer awareness activities, including the annual CIBC Walk for Cancer, which will be recommencing this year as well. Look out for it. Pan American Life Insurance for financial support of community health fairs and community outreach programs, as well as programs conducted in various workplaces. St. Lucia Renal Association for continually raising awareness of the importance of preventing kidney disease and partnership in the delivery of free health screening and referral services within community outreach programs. The Ministry of Agriculture for commitment to increasing consumption of foods grown and processed nationally and facilitating the drive for backyard gardening initiatives in schools and in communities. Beacon Restaurants for financial support for community-based health activities and the support and recognition of the nursing personnel within their various health regions and health communities. Blue Waters for financial and product support for community health engagements and their public education activities and relevant support given for those initiatives. Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center for advocating for holistic health practices and supporting the consumption of locally grown foods throughout the life course for all citizens, as well as supporting positive mental health and rejuvenation. For this list, we have tokens. So we invite those of you who are present in this list of 11 to come forward as the Ministry of Health offers you a token of thanks and recognition of your commitment. I'll call through the list for those who may be present. They were invited: Peter and Company, Excel Signs, Shamak Designs, Flow, CIBC First Caribbean, Pan American Life Insurance, St. Lucia Renal Association, Ministry of Agriculture, Beacon Restaurants, Blue Waters, and Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. We just need to know. Just So as was indicated earlier, the decision in 2017 was to each year recognize 10 companies who have consistently committed, driven, and demonstrated their leadership continually within their various groupings or sectors. This year, we are recognizing workplaces. And so the following 10 are the workplaces selected and identified for special recognition for 2022 Caribbean Wellness Day. Massey Stores, and the representative can come forward. Massey is mega on health and healthy living. Massey understands that workplace wellness programs make employees feel valued. Employees are happier when they feel appreciated and valued by their employers. Massey continues to partner with the Ministry of Health to host an annual workplace wellness program through which education seminars are conducted with team members, as well as health screening and referral services. They also offer in-store nutrition guidance and counseling during the month of November for the observance of World Diabetes Day. Massey Stores drove a national movement through the introduction of the Yoplait Walk for Breast Cancer, which caused national advocacy and solidarity in the cause and fight for breast cancer prevention, treatment, and care programs. Massey Stores. You can just take a bow and go back. All right. Sandals St. Lucia. Sandals St. Lucia has developed the enviable reputation of being a leading corporate partner in fostering a health-promoting workplace for its management and for its staff. The organization has over the years brought health services to its workers through health education, health screening, and embracing public health campaigns. Of particular note is its commitment to raising breast cancer awareness in St. Lucia and the push for routine screening as an effective prevention strategy for its employees. The company has dug deep into its pockets, with its management and staff donating their funds to the non-governmental organizations which lead cancer causes in St. Lucia, and to support communities to drive awareness and prevention of breast cancer. Sandals, St. Lucia. St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, LUCELEC, observes Health and Safety Month every year in April. And this is its tangible demonstration of commitment to improving the occupational health and safety of all its staff. Among the activities conducted during this time would be health counseling, screening for hearing, and chronic health conditions. And given the demographic of its team, there is a very heavy emphasis on men's holistic health. The company has been a strong supporter of hearing health for the Ministry of Health and for St. Lucia, not only for its team, and by so doing has donated a hearing booth which is used within the audiology clinic at the Entrepot Wellness Center. St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited. The National Insurance Corporation, the NIC, embraced workplace wellness through the delivery of health screening of employees as a means of achieving a more productive workforce. The company has also conducted the Stanford Chronic Disease Self-Management Program for its staff in an effort to reduce the impact of chronic illness on their lives. The corporation also continues to advocate for a healthy nation. Out of concern about the low levels of physical movement within many workplaces, NIC introduced Sneaker Day, an annual activity to encourage physical activity, making it a high-profile, fun, and festive approach to break sedentary habits. This initiative has been widely embraced not only by workplaces, but has also rippled into communities across the length and breadth of St. Lucia. We recognize the National Insurance Corporation. The Seventh-day Adventist Church. The Seventh-day Adventist Church is renowned for its focus on health and incorporating healthy habits into all facets of life. The church has established a very impactful health and temperance ministry. The SDA Church aims to create healthier children, adults, families, and communities by educating, empowering, inspiring the faith community and the local national community at large to live optimal levels of health, physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually. The drive for increased physical activity and the adoption of healthier eating practices is promoted island-wide. The church has regular health fairs and visiting volunteer health workers who offer their time and resources for the improvement of health, not only for its church membership, but also for St. Lucians in general. The Seventh-day Adventist Church. Courts Unicoma. Courts Unicoma St. Lucia recognizes that employees are invaluable assets of any company and ensures their excellent mental, physical health sets them up to perform well. And so, Unicoma St. Lucia remains continually committed to drive a number of initiatives aimed at employees within its organization and in many instances extended to customers. Starting with their New Year, New You initiative, they encourage the recommitment annually to physical activity. To further support fitness and healthy lifestyles for staff and customers, Unicoma offers free fitness sessions that are streamed live. Unicoma also supports health walks by covering the cost of interested employees to participate. Additionally, through their optical brand, they support the St. Lucia Diabetes Association by offering live talks in store and free wellness checks. Unicoma St. Lucia also recently partnered with the Ministry of Health in offering store space as a convenient location for giving of the COVID-19 vaccine, not only for its staff, but for the public. Courts Unicoma St. Lucia. Bank of St. Lucia. The Bank of St. Lucia has clearly understood that financial institutions are not merely profit-making spaces. They have implemented many programs to promote health, wellness, and safety in the workplace. Over the years, Bank of St. Lucia has continued to support health and wellness initiatives both for the public and for the employees. The organization has also joined the fight against chronic illnesses by partnering with a number of organizations across the island to build awareness in our communities as well as providing donations towards these associations. Partnerships and sponsorships include, but are not limited to, the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association, the St. Lucia Sickle Cell Association, the St. Lucia Cancer Society, Faces of Cancer, the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association, the St. Lucia EMT Association, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, and the St. Lucia Arthritis and Lupus Association, the Bank of St. Lucia. Buckeye. Buckeye has adopted an innovative approach to its wellness programs for employees. Buckeye has recognized the benefits of incentivizing positive behavior with the creation of a fitness center in-house for its team. Employees benefit from stretches and light exercise every morning before work. To support improved mental and physical health, the cul-de-sac beach has been transformed into a beach park with volleyball, football, and cricket facilities, complete with a grilling station, seating, and toilets. This offers the employees an outlet for channeling the day's stresses after the close of their workday. The company celebrates annual Safety Week every May with health education seminars and screening services for its team. Buckeye. The St. Lucia Water and Sewerage Company. For the past 5 years, the Water and Sewerage Company, Inc., WASCO, has embarked on a workplace wellness drive geared at improving the health of its employees. This has been done consistently, with the exception of 2020, and we know why, due to the effects of COVID-19. And in 2021, while the nation was still grappling with the idea of living with COVID-19, the Water and Sewage Company, Inc. made the decision to host its annual health fair through a virtual format, whereby several presentations on various aspects of health were made through professionals within the Ministry of Health and Wellness and Elderly Affairs. The health of the staff is paramount, and so WASCO continues to do its part in ensuring a healthy workforce. WASCO. And to close off the 2022 list, we have Renwick and Company Limited. Renwick has been action-oriented when it comes to health, but has done so quietly yet consistently as it does its part to achieve a healthy, productive sector. The company annually conducts seminars, screening exercises, health literacy initiatives, as well as organizes annual flu vaccination clinics for its team members and hosts a smoothie and fruit day regularly for its staff in partnership with the Ministry of Health. Renwick continues to support the workplace wellness programs held by the Ministry of Health for the ministry's staff by providing very generous donations to the ministry's participating members. This support has also been extended to programs conducted in schools and in communities, particularly as it relates to sexual and reproductive health programs for adolescents and programs for expectant and new mothers, Renwick and Company.
A big round of applause to all our sponsors, all the persons who are creating healthy environments within their workplaces. Let me thank also Ms. Natasha Lloyd-Felix, Dr. Sharon Belmar-George, and Ms. Yasmin Gabriel. I know the CMO had a long stand up here, but that was part of the movement. Now, I was waiting to hear my name because those awards look so lovely, so I was like, Glenn Simon, but it didn't happen. So in the whole theme of moving, we now have our traditional dances. And is our quadrille group ready? They have been brilliantly attired, trying to hide themselves so that you would not see their full outfit before they get on the dance floor. But we invite you, while the music is being played, that you yourself turn your foot around, do something. You could get up as well. And as the minister said, move. St. Lucia moves. So we now invite our quadrille group up. Quadrille group, are you dancing on stage or are you in front of the stage? So I know if I need to move the podium. You're in front of the stage, quadrille? In front, okay. Okay, you're in front. So our camera right here may be in trouble. You dancing on top? Okay, thank you.
Cavalier aux dames. Premier Fidji.
So a big round of applause for the flamboyant dancers. I'm working for my money. I'm not getting paid. Dr. Belma, you see how I'm stretching it out. You cannot not move when you hear quadrille. So thanks to that, the flamboyant dancers, and I saw the audience were really enjoying this. So now, we have endorsement of Caribbean Wellness Day 2022 by our National Carnival Queen. Don't come up right away, I'll tell you when. So our DJ again, innovative DJ at the back, he says he has some music to help me along with your citation. Ms. Zena Douglas is a serial entrepreneur demonstrating her business acumen as a florist, an author, publicist, and an inspiring health coach. She currently runs a health and wellness blog called Thrive Alive on Instagram, where she enlightens her audience on the benefits of plant-based living and how cultivating healthy living habits reduces incidences of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and hypertension, which are prevalent in our country. As the 2022 National Carnival Queen, Ms. Douglas has pledged to use her voice and Year of Rain as a platform to advocate for the benefits of adopting and maintaining healthy habits and fostering wellness. Her goal is to encourage fellow St. Lucians and the wider Caribbean region to adopt daily habits that are life-giving and help us thrive by striving for optimum health. Let us welcome our 2022 National Carnival Queen, Ms. Zena Douglas. Round of applause for her, everybody. Who's escorting my queen? Who's escorting my queen? You're escorting yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Simon, for such a lovely introduction. Good morning to all. Yes, it's still morning. Adopting the protocol already established. Happy Caribbean Wellness Day to all. Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be part of what I hope will become a national event. Caribbean Wellness Day is an excellent opportunity to raise awareness to the importance of healthy eating in the Caribbean, particularly in St. Lucia. When I began experiencing issues with my own health, it pushed me to begin adopting better eating habits, to stop living to eat and to begin eating to live, to begin eating for wellness as opposed to letting my eating habits result in sickness. The results have now enabled me to begin my studies to becoming a certified health and nutrition coach who inspires others every day to do the exact same. Having worked alongside the Caribbean Public Health Agency, the OECS Commission, and PAHO in initiatives prior to my reign, my objective as the National Carnival Queen is to inspire St. Lucians, particularly the younger generation, to see the importance of healthy eating and to revolutionize their understanding of health and wellness. I am pleased to see today that there is such a vibrant community of young people and adults who share the same values and are championing this specific cause. This is what St. Lucia needs. It is why I, Zena Douglas, the National Carnival Queen, fully endorse the St. Lucia Moves initiative, and I look forward to the series of projects and activities that follow. I do hope the ministry is open to having the National Carnival Queen be part of the different initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Royal Highness. I think it's a bigger round of applause, articulate, confident, and definitely a life coach, as she said, that's part of her aspirations. And I hope she motivated many persons who will be hearing her voice here and online as well, those who are viewing us in TV land. So we have one change to the program, and we advance the Minister for Health as he comes to do the declaration, the launch of St. Lucia Moves for Caribbean Wellness Day 2022. Let's invite again the Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste.
And thank you very much. I now read the declaration. St. Lucia moves. This year, we have joined the rest of the Caribbean region in launching a wellness initiative called St. Lucia Moves. St. Lucia Moves is a local version of the wider Caribbean Moves campaign. The aim of St. Lucia Moves is to encourage St. Lucians to be more physically active. While physical inactivity is a major risk factor for non-communicable diseases, physical activity has many well-known benefits. Physical activity promotes mental health, improves memory, improves sleep quality, and strengthens muscles. Being physically active also lowers the risk of obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. It also helps with the control of chronic conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. The St. Lucia Moves campaign will challenge workplaces, schools, business places, churches, ministries, communities, families, and individuals to engage in regular physical activity through healthy competition and the showcasing of innovative games and methods. While the aim is to move physically, St. Lucians will be moving into action against NCDs and their risk factors. The campaign forms part of our national wellness drive aimed at increasing awareness of NCDs, the promotion of wellness, and the promotion of physical activity across the life course. From childhood to adulthood, young and old will be encouraged to engage in, compete, and challenge their intellect by developing creative means of staying physically active. The virtual platform will be used to promote challenges and prizes will be won. The initial phase of St. Lucia Moves initiative will be led by the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs and will be called Get Active Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, Ministry of Health employees will lead other interested persons into after-work sessions of physical activity for at least half an hour. Various forms of physical activity will be included. The after-work sessions will include walks, aerobic sessions such as Zumba, Soca Fit, and Afrolift. Other kinds of physical activity will be added weekly. Other workplaces will be invited to start similar initiatives which include their staff and wider communities. Our logo, Ready, Set, Move, is not accidental, but was carefully chosen to get St. Lucians to move. Move into action. Move into change. Move for progress. Move into better health. I call on the minister to join me. Minister Alfred Prosper. Let's give him a round of applause as he... Yeah, okay. I have to...
Is it no? So 1 second. So we're now about to unveil the logo. But 1 second, Minister. So we have somebody to assist you. And is it Dr. Milius? Dr. Milius. So we'll be ready for our drum roll. The logo was designed by Mr. Kerry Mills from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Let's give Kerry a round of applause. Fantastic, creative individual. Drum roll, please.
St. Lucians, let's get ready. On your marks, get set, let's move.
St. Lucia, ready, set, move. Move to the left or the right. Keep that body tight. St. Lucia, move. Get a good sleep at night. Treat your body right. Set Lucia, move. Young, old, rich or poor, don't stay inside. I let them walk. Move. Walking, running, biking, hiking, swimming, exercising. Move. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, encouraging all St. Lucians to take good care of your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. Set Lucia, ready, set. Set Lucia, ready, set. Move. Move to the left or the right. Keep that body tight. Set Lucia, move. Get a good sleep at night. Treat your body right. Set Lucia, move. Young, old, rich, I'm not seeing you moving inside. I let them walk. Move. Walking, running, biking, hiking, swimming, exercising. Move. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, encouraging all St. Lucians to take good care of your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. Set Lucia, ready, set, move.
Beautiful logo, wonderful logo, really exciting. I love the beat. And the wonderful logo and jingle as well. This is great. So we now have a description of the logo, and that will be done by our Assistant Principal Nursing Officer, Miss Alma Delor, and she will tell you all about the concept behind this. Let's welcome her.
Ladies and gentlemen, the logo for St. Lucia Moves encapsulates the importance of continuous physical activity. As you can see, at the center of the logo is a silhouette of a gender-neutral individual in action, forward motion. This brings into focus the essence of the St. Lucia Moves campaign, which is to issue a call for every individual to not only start, but most importantly, remain active, to keep moving and to continually advance our physical activity goals. The national colors are intertwined into this logo to amplify the national call to every citizen to be active and keep St. Lucia moving. The outer circle of the logo symbolizes the unifying effort of the St. Lucia Move campaign as we collectively commit to reduce the impact of chronic illness on our nation and together strive to improve health for all. St. Lucia Moves. Thank you very much.
St. Lucia, ready, set, move. Move to the left or the right. Keep that body tight. St. Lucia, move. Get a good sleep.
I'm not seeing them on the tent moving, but the ministry is moving here. What's going on? What's going on?
Don't stay inside. I let them walk. Move. Walking, running, biking, hiking, swimming, exercising. Move.
Excellent.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, encouraging all St. Lucians to take good care of your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. St. Lucia, ready, set, move.
Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful jingle. Let me just indicate that the jingle was produced by Derek Yard. Round of applause for him. Our St. Lucians, really, really talented. And I hope that this logo, St. Lucia Moves campaign, will be longer than just the Caribbean Wellness Day, so that we really get persons moving. Okay, and let me just put an ad for myself. I do karate, so you could join my club and move. We must move when you do karate. Okay, so we're getting to the end. And we now have remarks, closing remarks by Assistant Principal Nursing Officer, Ms. Tekla Jean-Baptiste. Everybody knows Tekla. She's on our television for 2 years telling us, take the injection, take the... Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm so happy that I didn't have to wear a mask. Oh, praise the Lord. Round of applause for no mask.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. However, I would like to specially acknowledge the presence of our Honorable Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, our Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Honorable Alfred Prosper, our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Ms. Jenny Daniel, our Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Tessa Inglis, our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sharon Belmar George, our two 2022 Carnival Queen, Ms. Douglas, and all of our specially invited guests, I just want to bid you a very pleasant day. It has been a wonderful morning indeed. Thank God for blessing of life upon us and good weather to celebrate today's activity for Caribbean Wellness Day. An annual event geared towards increasing awareness and promoting measures to address non-communicable diseases, including mental health, which continue to severely impact the health of our people and the economy. Today, we take this opportunity to continue emphasizing the importance of health promotion for our well-being and that of our community and country. Let us be the drivers and promoters of health. Let me take this opportunity to thank everyone who in one way or the other made today a success. Pastor McLaurin, thank you for the blessings and opening prayer. In everything, we must put God first and trust Him in everything that we do. Dr. Cyril Filbert, thank you for your warm welcome and overview of Caribbean Wellness Day and putting today's celebration and activities into context. P.S. Daniel, your brief remarks placing emphasis on wellness and its importance and the commitment of the ministry in putting health and wellness as the top priority on the health agenda is appreciated. And also the invitation to join the Ministry of Health and Wellness in rebuilding our health system. Honorable Jean-Baptiste, thank you for your warm remarks and for further highlighting why we are here today. Also for outlining the commitment of the ministry and the government of St. Lucia towards addressing the negative impact of non-communicable diseases. Some areas you highlighted included reducing obesity, increasing physical activity, and of course, something I know that is dear to your heart, care of older persons. To our partners in health, our stakeholders, who continue to pay a keen interest in the health of our people throughout the years, your recognition and awards are well deserved. Thank you for your commitment and continued collaboration. To Ms. Douglas, our 2022 Carnival Queen, we appreciate you and your endorsement of the St. Lucia Moves initiative and your commitment to be part of the activities that form part of that program. Minister Jean-Baptiste and Honorable Prosper, we thank you for declaring the launch of St. Lucia Moves and also unveiling the logo. At this time, I would also like to recognize and thank some other persons who contributed to this activity. Mr. Glenn Simon, our chairperson for this ceremony, for taking us through this morning's proceedings. Mr. Kerry Mills, our very own at the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, for designing the St. Lucia Moves logo. Mr. Derek Yard, who wrote and produced the jingle. I would also like to recognize and thank the Castries Constituency Council, the mayor and her team, Mrs. Lenda Gabriel, for their continued support to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And of course, the Caribbean Wellness Day Committee members who worked tirelessly to make today possible. And I really would like to highlight the efforts of the chairperson of this committee in the person of Mr. Philip Sidney. Thank you. Our entertainers, wow. Thank you for your presentations. Oh, how I love the quadrille dance. You brought me back to the days of Beaufort Comprehensive, the Mindu Philip Park, and the Cultural Center. I bet you didn't know I could dance quadrille. To this end, I encourage everyone to engage in healthy lifestyle practices, to be physically active, eat healthy. If you smoke, quit smoking. Reduce your consumption of alcohol Get your health checks annually, improve your personal relationships, and take care of your mental health. On behalf of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, I thank you for being part of today's opening ceremony and invite you to join us for the rest of the day and to participate in the day's activities, which promises to be a day full of activities and fun. Thank you.
And let's thank Nurse Jabatis for doing the closing remarks. Thank you, Nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful event. I was really happy to be back with all my colleagues, my friends. You know, when I was in the Ministry of Health, I used to say I'm Dr. Simon, but it's today Friday. Maybe I'm not a doctor today. Today's not Friday. It's on Thursdays. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm really applaud the effort of the ministry. And this is Caribbean Wellness Day Festival. And it is a festival. If you look around, there are many booths. You could get your pressure tested, get nutrition information. Come out and participate in the activities today. You have performances by a number of artists, and really come out and be part of this event and get to learn a little bit more about how you could move. So get ready, St. Lucia, and move. We invite you, our specially invited guests as well, to some light refreshments, and the DJ will take us through the rest of the evening until the artists start. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
Queen of Bacchanal. I grew up as a real good girl, always home, don't go nowhere. As soon as I was introduced to Carnival, they say I lose. All down on the ground, walking up my bottom, and it dragging all over tongue, and they say I lose it. Was never a party at my school bazaar, I used to go, but since I was introduced to Bacchanal, they say I lose. When I drop it hot and I'm whining on top the speaker box and I'm grinding, and I don't want to stop, and they call me stop to wait, yeah. I lose it and lose it, I'm sweeter than choose it. This carnival have me so damn loose. Get loose, how you get loose, how you get loose, how you loosen your waist, kill them with the pace. There's no place I'd rather be than in a fest, having a time for those who like to see me acting up and whining loose. All down on the ground, walking up my bottom, and it dragging all over tongue, and they say I lose it. I never meant to be this way. Is it Bacchanal inside of me? When I come on a stage, getting on bad, you know I lose. When I drop it hot and I'm whining on top.
Check, 1, 2.